Greetings and welcome back to Metal Rules TV, where the underground meets the playground. I'm George Loveland from Shadows in the Crypt.
I'm Jeff Rappaport.
Manhandler Matt.
I'm David Rappaport.
All right. So in the news, Ulver are going to be releasing their new album, Messe I.X. Well, I don't know what.
Some stuff.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of numbers. Messe 9, 14.
I like in the cartoons when the little like animals inside the guy's mouth and he's using his Ulver as a punching bag.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
I got punched in my Ulver once.
I actually liked Ulver when they were a black metal band and not an industrial band, really. I liked their first two albums, Bergnot and Nana's Girl, actually. I was always a big fan.
That sounds like something that was served at the hospital.
Oh,
what's the second? What's the second band called?
Nana's Girl.
Yeah, doesn't that sound delicious?
What?
It sounds like a delicious meal. Nana's
Sounds
Girl.
like a rash on the side of the ball sack.
Yeah.
Well, when they first came out, it was like your typical lo-fi black metal, and it was really killer. It was just no filler stuff inside. It was just like pure raw black metal, and then all of a sudden, the main guy behind the band wanted to just change direction and go more of like a rock industrial direction. I think Dot Heimskar did the same thing too after Satanic Art. So, I mean, whatever floats their boat, I guess. But
Well, I think a lot of the bands from that, just a lot of bands in general from like Europe did that. You know, like
We're talking about Tiamat just now.
yeah, Amorphous.
Yeah.
Sentenced. I mean, all these bands, they all like, you know, they all became different, you know, like as they evolved
Well, Sentence
differently.
didn't really go industrial. They just
No, but they changed a lot
goth rock.
from their beginning thing.
yeah, there's a difference between Ulver and bands like Amorphous and Sentence. I think Sentence went more of that new wave of British heavy metal type of deal, especially with the singer they got like towards the end. And then Amorphous just became more of that 70s hard rock deal.
Very proggy and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went in the same direction, I guess.
Kind of like Slaughter did. After they did Up All Night. And
Yeah.
then they remember they did that, like, they did like a 60s hippie album. Did you ever hear that?
No.
They did.
There was an album where this guy was beating his kid who had a guitar. Or something.
Yeah.
It was like Wild Side or Wild or something.
No, that was one of the regular albums.
Oh, okay.
But they had actually an album where it's like they did like 60s. Or you know who else did that? Crimson Glory. Crimson Glory, they did like these incredible fucking. I love Crimson Glory. They're like fucking
Really?
awesome. And then
Your favorite band?
no, they're not my favorite band, but they're a great band. But they did all these like
He hates
awesome power metal band like albums, and then all of a sudden they made this album. It was like they got this Indian guy in the band. They started playing like Indian music.
Like belly dancing kind of
That's
shit?
kind of weird. That reminds me of
It's
Orphan
really
Land.
strange.
I just listened to Orphan Land like maybe a couple of weeks ago, and that's the only thing that reminds me of like Middle Eastern type of music.
And Malash. We're talking about them recently too.
Yes.
You got something to say?
Well, oh yeah.
What's your?
I listened to the song "As Syrians Pour In."
Okay.
See that on there? And I thought it was very creepy.
It's creepy.
Yes, it sounded very creepy.
In a good way or a bad way?
Like it should be in like a horror movie or something.
A horror movie or a horror movie?
A horror movie.
I
not
know
a horror
what,
movie.
come on, we need what he said. I hate when people do that to me too. I'm on your side on that, Dave. Just speak how you're gonna speak.
But I didn't hear any vocals in the song.
No.
Like
That's
how,
kind of typical of latter Ulver. Dave, if you really want to get a good judgment of Ulver, listen to the first two albums, Bergnot and Nana's Girl. Believe me, you'll like it a lot better.
And I also said, how can there be an album without no vocals?
Because
I think it was just that one song.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just probably like the intro.
Yeah. But it was you had a
We'll just
creepy.
keep it creepy.
Okay. Matt, what are your
Come on.
thoughts?
In my research, I listened to about 3 tracks altogether. One of them I just listened to, I'm pretty sure was the same one I heard before. And most of the stuff I heard was the industrial-ish kind of stuff. So I don't know that I've heard, maybe in the past sometime I had the more black metal-y side. I'm not a huge black metal guy anyway, so I don't necessarily like look at that and go,
you just hurt my feelings, man.
I just said I'm not huge. I like it. I'm not a huge guy.
Actually,
So I'm like, I'm not necessarily biased. Like, oh, they sold. You know what I mean? I'm not like that guy. I'll listen to it. And, like, it was okay. It wasn't like something I would rush to listen to necessarily, but I didn't think it was terrible either.
what I heard was it wasn't industrial at all. The newer stuff. What I heard, it was more like spacey like rock, and I kind of liked it. It had like a lot of depths and layers to it. It made me want to be a better person.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's
if it's more if it's like space rock. If you want to hear something from Norway that's kind of space rock, the guy from Darkthrone also had a like a 3-song demo under the name Fenris's Red Planet. That was kind of a very space rock.
Was it anything like Ziltoid from Devin
yeah.
Townsend?
He's a weirdo.
No, but it was very doomy, very spacey. You know, I mean, the whole quote space rock type deal is. I mean, I like some of that music. It sounds pretty good. Granted that you would have to be in a certain mood to listen to it, I guess, but
It's good workout music.
most of the time it's pretty good.
Speaking of, you brought up Darkthrone. What are your thoughts on Darkthrone?
Darkthrone has been the best band in the beginning, the best band in the middle, best band at the end.
Okay, cool.
Always, you know, they've constantly changed direction with their music. Especially the last album, Underground Resistance. I definitely like it because they went more of that power metal direction instead of like that punk direction that they have the last three. Leave No Cross Unturned is definitely my favorite song off of that album. So.
All right, so I guess that's what we have on Ulver.
Yeah, listen to Darkthrone instead.
I liked it.
No, it's alright. But listen to Darkthrone.
I'm gonna become a better person because of that.
Darkthrone.
Darkthrone, Hail Fenris.
Dark